On our drive down from Michigan to Texas, we took the time to make a quick swing through Hot Springs National Park.
I really didn't know anything about Hot Springs National Park, and in fact, I don't think I even knew it was anywhere near where we were going to be until we were probably about 45 minutes from it and I saw it on the map. So we decided to take a quick detour through it because you just never know when you're going to find yourself on your travels nearby something like that. And we said, at this point, let's at least go check it out.
Yeah, I wish we'd had more time, but it was nice to get sort of a first impression. Although I would have to say, the first impression is like there's the historic bathhouses on one side of the road, and then right across the street is like Ripley's Museum and
Right?
stores
Walgreens
and all kinds of
coffee
stuff.
shops. And yeah.
So from an impression standpoint, I guess I wasn't necessarily everything I've heard about it. I wasn't necessarily expecting it to essentially be in a bustling downtown setting.
Except for that really totally makes sense because that's how it started. I mean, the initial people who found it and then told other people about it, a town sprung up around it because at the time they thought the springs had healing properties, and so they ended up building, these bathhouses. And over the years they have taken form of everything from like a rundown wooden shack to the gorgeous Victorian bathhouses that are there today. But ideally, it sprung up as a kind of a town and then a resort town, and then over the years it expanded, and so now it's just a big tourist trap. Hot Springs National Park is 5,500 acres, including 26 miles of hiking trails, a campground, display springs, a gift shop, and a visitor center and museum. The land has been federally protected since 1832, but didn't become a national park until 1921. Today, the park is well known for what is called Historic Bathhouse Row, consisting of 8 bathhouse buildings. However, Hot Springs National Park has a long and complex history. For thousands of years, American Indians visited the area. In 1804, President Thomas Jefferson sent an expedition to explore the southern reaches of the Louisiana Purchase, and soon a town grew up around the hot springs. By 1901, all of the springs and Hot Springs Creek had been walled up or covered over to protect them. And over the years, the original wooden bathhouses were replaced with fire-resistant brick bathhouses, several of which featured marble walls, billiard rooms, gymnasiums, and stained glass windows. From the 1880s to the 1950s, Hot Springs was a bustling place that provided services for those seeking the healing powers of the hot springs. But by 1960, the bathing industry had declined considerably and the bathhouses began to close. Today, only 2 bathhouses remain in use, while the others have been adapted for other uses, including a museum, park visitor center, a brewery, and gift shops. The national park is nestled in the heart of downtown Hot Springs, surrounded by shops, restaurants, roads, and other attractions. There is a network of hiking trails and mountain overlooks for those looking to enjoy different areas of the park. There is no entrance fee to Hot Springs National Park, and there is plenty of street parking or even garage parking, though it does get busy, so plan to arrive early or go in the off-season. The nearby Gulf Gorge campground is first come, first served with 40 sites. Unfortunately, today there are no opportunities to soak in the thermal springs outdoors, but you can soak in the 2 remaining bathhouses still in operation or fill your water jugs from some of the outside fountains.
So as I said at the beginning, it would be nice if we could find an opportunity and take some more time to really get in and explore the Hot Springs National Park, not just downtown, but get out a little bit into more of the park.
Yeah, I'd really like to get up on some of those trails where you're overlooking the whole town and the surrounding area. Actually get into some of the bathhouses because there are 2 that are still operating, as well as the visitor center, which was closed because of COVID, but it's normally open and then you can actually see what the bathhouses used to look like. And they're supposed to be really gorgeous with stained glass and the glass, marble, whatever.
The
The
tiles
tiles,
and
that's
the
that's the
word.
word I'm looking for, thank you. And my parents had been there years ago, and my mom had really raved about it and wanted us to see it, and so I kind of feel bad that I didn't get to see it. So we will have to go back, but we wanted to, maybe check out the campground, the trails, the downtown, because there are some just cute shops to look at and everything. So I think that is someplace that we will put on our list to go back to, and if we find ourselves in that area, we'll check it out.
And we had a friend recommend, actually, there is a brewery downtown, and apparently it's the only brewery that brews beer with hot springs water.
Yeah.
So that's definitely worth a try. If you have any other suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments and we'll put them on the list for the next time we get back to Hot Springs National Park. In the meantime, keep on trekking.
And we'll see you out there.